the class, we're going to be looking at lecture 2. So we're going to be looking at the EQ. So firstly, we're going to click on audio effects, then we're going to left click here, and we're going to load EQ8 onto our audio track. So we can do that by left clicking and dragging to here, or to here, or we can double left click and it will load onto our track. So this is what the EQ8 looks like. The default Eq8 preset looks a little more like this. So it's essentially a flat blue line with frequencies along the bottom, and you've got your hertz. So I'm going to include a diagram in the resources of this description. It's going to explain the frequency spectrum. If you're a DJ of any type, you may know a little bit about EQs and how the low end is affecting the bass and the sub frequencies. The middles frequencies are like the tom drums and a bit of the body of the track, and then the high frequencies are like the hiss and the vocals and the higher pitched stuff. So if we're looking at our EQ8 preset, this is what it looks like. It's called an Eq8 preset because we can load up to 8 points to tweak our EQ. So EQ stands for equalizer. You only really need 4, but if you want to do some more kind of acute tuning, you can activate 5, 6 and 7 by just left clicking on these grey buttons until they turn blue, and you can do that with any of these. And there's different EQ types. So you've got your low pass, which looks like this, and then you've got your extreme low pass times 4 low pass, which looks like that. So I'll just click through them, and then we've got a normal low pass, and then these ones. Then you've got your bell, and then you've got your high pass, and you've got your extreme high pass or your band pass. So what is the EQ8? How does it work, and how can it affect things? So what I'll do is I'll drag a vocal into our audio track, and we can experiment with the EQ8. So I'm just going to type vocal into our Ableton 11 search bar, left click on all results, and we're going to find a vocal here somewhere. Let's see. Okay.
Possibility, standing in the rain. Standing in the rain.
Let's see.
Check it out.
Okay. Let's get this vocal. So it's a male vocalist, and he says check it out. So we're just going to highlight this section, right click, and then left click on loop. So we're just going to play this vocal for a bit.
Check it out.
Let's decrease the length of this loop to 2 bars.
Check it out. Check it out.
So as you can see on our EQ8, we get the frequency of the vocal.
Check it out.
Kind of in a light grey. So that shows us the activity of the sound.
Check it out.
So you can see we've got a bit over here.
Check it out.
We've got a majority over here.
Check it out.
And a little bit over here. So to break the EQ8 down into 3 sections, we've got our low end, which is over here, anything below 100 Hz. So you've got 100 Hz, 1K Hz, 10K Hz. That's our reading for the x-axis or y-axis. And then we've got 10K to 1K, which is the body or the middle part of the track. So we've got our low frequency, middle, and then high frequency. So what does this mean? This means that we can get rid of any low frequencies if we adjust the EQ here. So that's going to be like our sub or bass frequencies. And then we don't really want that in a vocal. So here we've got our middle frequencies, which will be the body of the vocal, and then the high frequencies will be like the tonality of it. So we're going to change our EQ now to a times 4 low pass. And I'm just going to sweep across the vocal, and you'll see how it'll sound different depending on the shape of the EQ.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
As you can see.
Check it out.
How it's reducing the frequency
Check it out.
of the vocal.
Check it out.
Depending on where the EQ8 is placed.
Check it out. Check it out.
So this is where I'd place my EQ8 to get rid of any low end frequencies.
Check it out.
If I wanted to make it sound kind of like radio sounding,
Check it out.
with a little bit of the body missing, I could place it here.
Check it out. Check it out.
So it really depends on how you want the finished sound to sound, or how you want the finished mix to sound. But you can get a sample and turn it into a totally different sound just using the EQ8 and moving the filters around the shapes. So we can do Additive EQ, which is boosting, or Detractive EQ, which is taking away. So I'm going to place the EQ8 here, and I'm going to activate a high pass filter as well.
Check it out.
So it works both ways. If we were to take this to the left,
Check it out.
it's going to get rid of the
Check it out.
higher frequencies.
Check it out.
And we're just going to be left with like a bassy low end. So yeah, something pretty interesting. We'll look at mixing vocals a bit more later on. That was just a brief look at the EQ8 and like we can cut certain frequencies or boost
Check it out. Check it out.
boost certain frequencies.
Check it out. Check it out.
So yeah, that's a quick look at the EQ8. I'll include some relevant diagrams in the description and some useful EQ8 presets for you guys to use. We'll be going over all of that stuff in the next lecture. Thank you for listening. Speak to you next one. Peace.